Dr. Rock Show, and today I want to start off by thanking you all for watching us, sharing, liking, and subscribing to all of our pages. We cannot do this without you. But on our show today, we have another complicated situation. So today we have Jason and Mariah. And Jason and Mariah have been together for 5 long years. Mariah does not want to give Jason another child at this point because he does not want to get married. What do you do in a situation like that? Do you leave? Do you stay? Do you figure it out? What happens next? While we prepare to bring Jason and Mariah out, comment your thoughts below. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and welcome Jason and Mariah to the show so we can go ahead and get into their complicated scenario. Come on, Jason and Mariah, come on out. Hi guys, welcome.
Hi.
She ain't get the ring by the time she came on the show, so we got a lot of unpacking to do. Hi, Jason.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you for coming. So what's going on? What's going on? Mariah,
Hey.
there's a ring that we don't have.
No
No.
ring.
Jason,
Yes, ma'am.
why don't we have a ring?
She's real hell bent on something that I don't believe in personally,
Okay.
and so.
So this is a I don't believe, not a I'm not ready. This is I don't believe in
I
that.
mean, I'm ready for another child, so
Okay.
I'm ready for whatever this life brings. I'm just not doing that.
You're just not getting married.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a question. And then we're going to go ahead and watch the scenario play out because it seemed a little complicated. Did we know at the beginning of the relationship that he didn't
No.
believe in marriage?
No.
No?
But we didn't know after I told you.
No. I ask questions.
Okay.
I believe in knowing what I'm getting myself into. From day one, I've always said that I believe in dating with a purpose.
Okay.
And I'm not just,
Did he ever tell you that he did not want to get married?
no, not
He
until
didn't?
later on. I'm like, okay, what are we doing?
And then he said, I don't want to get married.
He said he doesn't believe.
He doesn't believe in marriage. So, Mariah, you're saying he didn't tell you at all.
No.
Why I find that hard to believe?
That he
Why
didn't
that
tell
you
me that?
didn't know that he didn't want to get married?
Youth will call that cap.
I just want 5 years. 5 years, and you told him you want to get married, and you're saying like he pretended that that's what he wanted?
But because in the beginning he just kept saying he wasn't ready for it yet. It wasn't, I don't believe in it. It was, I'm not ready to take that step yet. And then it's like, I'll be ready.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry. So he said he wasn't ready for it, but you gave him the first child.
I didn't give him the first child. I got pregnant.
You got pregnant.
It wasn't planned.
Okay.
That's just what happened.
Okay.
And
So
we've been together. It's not that I'm not secure in
your
us being
relationship.
together. It's not that at all. It's just I feel like I want to take that next step. I grew up a certain type of way, you know. We all dream about our dream wedding.
Our dream
and
wedding, we sure
what
do.
we want our life to be.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we're together, what's the big deal about making it official? If you're
And
sure,
what is the big deal? You don't want to leave this woman. You don't want to not be
No,
with her.
I love her.
Okay.
Honestly, for how long we've been together,
Yeah.
we have common law marriage.
Common law marriage.
Yes,
Okay.
so it's no ring, all of that extra. That's just another bill that we don't need. All right, before we get that, I need a boat. I need a motorcycle. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I'm going to pay for before I pay for some lavish party.
right, he want everything but me.
I was
I
gonna
got
say,
you.
Well, he does have you.
But for how long? Like,
Okay, so that's the question. That's what we're here. So before we get into that, let's talk about the scenario that brought them on our show today. Let's see what happened that brought them here to have them say, we need Dr. Rocks.
Please.
We're going to do that and then take a quick commercial break.
Roxanne.
Want to advertise on the Dr. Rock Show? Well, here's how you do it. Click the link below and we will show you all of our sponsorship packages. Whether you want a 30-second commercial or you want product placement or us to wear something with your brand logo on it, we have all sorts of ways to go ahead and get your product known. So click the link below and we can start our partnership today.
How long you been watching this?
Since she been doing it.
She been doing it for a while?
Yeah,
That's dope.
it is.
I like how all the characters got their own story. It looked like something I would want to get into.
Yeah, it looked like it'd be fun.
Take the show on the road. Show my little boy something.
What boy? What little boy?
Hey, once you have another baby, you know.
I'm not having another kid out of wedlock.
Well, like, but I've been told you I'm not getting married, and that's not nothing to do. I do everything that I gotta do by you. I'm faithful. I pay for all the bills. I take care of you, our daughter. Like, I think I deserve a son.
And I deserve a marriage. I also told you from the beginning that I wanted to get married, and you chose to proceed, meaning
Right. I chose to proceed and say, nah, I'm good. Stay together, have a child, been taking care of you for 5 years. Like, what are you talking about? All this is about you wanting to have a party with your little knucklehead friends, get y'all all together, and that's it. Like, this has nothing to do with love and all that other stuff. You just want to impress people and give me another bill to pay, dude.
it don't have anything to do with money or a party.
What,
It's-
what-
I
what it
want
got
to get
do with
married.
it?
I want vows. I want to do it before God. Like, we go
We
to the
do it before
courthouse.
God every time. God sees all. Every time we doing it before God.
Okay, so why we can't just go to the courthouse, get married, and have another baby?
So you want a $40 piece of
Win-win.
paper, and I can have a baby if I get you a $40 piece of paper? I got two 20s.
It's not about the piece of paper. It's about vows. I'm a Christian. You knew that.
And you knew I wasn't.
Okay, but I don't want to keep living out of wedlock.
So you gonna leave me? You know I had no intentions of getting married or none of that. Like, what? Now you want to get mad because I'm honest. But what's the problem? Like, we've been going through this the whole time. Everything is fine. Like, what's going on? Why is you trying to make it a problem now?
It's been a problem.
How?
Because I told you that I wanted to get married. I want vows.
Okay, you said all of that at the beginning, but then you still had my baby. You still moved in this house. We still doing everything that I want to do, except for giving me a son.
We're already doing what married people do.
Exactly. So why would I be putting more effort into doing something that I don't want to do?
Because why would you put effort into making it official when I'm already doing everything that a wife do?
Yes.
No.
Then what's the point anyway? It's just a government contract designed for you to take my money if you ever want to leave. No, I'm not with it.
So that's what you think this is about? Me taking your money?
That's exactly what I think this is about.
it's
Like, what
not.
else could it be?
You just said it's a $40 piece of paper, so what's the problem?
Because that $40 piece of paper binds us together. And then after it
So
binds
you don't
us
want to
together...
be binded with me, but you
Man,
want
I don't
kids.
wanna be binded with
Not
anybody.
one kid, but kids. With me.
Exactly.
That's a bind.
Okay, well, that's the one we're going to have.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your story. You're sticking to it.
This really makes no sense. Everything that you want, you have. This house, I bought that. The car, I got that. Money, you spend that. Like, what is the problem?
The house, I cleaned that. That watch, I bought that. Oh my God, babe, you feel so good. I do that.
So basically, you're saying we have a common law marriage. And there's no point in me doing anything else because we have everything perfectly. Listen,
Oh,
it's nothing.
I hit my mom's.
Your mom's. You're going to be single just like your mom.
Front door.
Welcome back to the Dr. Rock Show. For those of you who are just joining us, on my couch today we have Jason and Mariah. And they have been together 5 years and they have a beautiful child together. The only issue is Mariah is ready to make things official and walk down the aisle. And Jason is saying, I'm just not with that. We've been together. Let's continue to be together. I love you. Let's help them. So we're coming back to this. Mariah, we were on the point where he was saying, hey, until I get a motorcycle, a yacht, I don't want to do all of that. But what I think he's addressing is the actual party of the wedding. Is that what this is for you? Like a big party? Or is there, you want to actually like take vows and all of that?
And no, I mean, of course, everyone wants their dream wedding, but at this point, it's not about that. It's about you committing to me and me committing to you and saying you are the person that I want to be with. I want you to wake up every day and choose me. And I know that can be done without being married,
I wake up next to you every day. I choose you
So,
by
but
having our children
if
that
you're-
you keep on denying me.
If you're saying that it's about the party. What if she says, hey, let's just go downtown to the courthouse? Then it's not about the party anymore.
Then again, it's no point. Like, you sitting here just trying to do something for no reason, for now you just want a ring or something. It's no point.
The point is how I feel, and I feel like you are
How do I make you feel?
negating how I feel. I feel like you're saying I'm not worth getting married to because you're already getting the benefits of us being married.
Well,
So what's the point?
Okay, I'm saying this has nothing to do with your worth because I'm still here. Your worth is value. But once again, how you just said it, I get everything that will happen in a marriage. Nothing will change. What would I get out of us getting married?
Pleasing your partner.
I do that. That's why I'm trying to have another baby.
Okay, so here's what I have to say about this. I feel like this is one of those situations where both of you wanted each other and you didn't hear each other. It was like, I want him, I want her, forget all the rest of the stuff. Because I feel like you knew she wasn't gonna let this marriage thing go. And you knew he didn't want to get married. For whatever reason, he didn't want to get married. And even if you found out a little bit later, you knew in enough time to not be 5 years deep in with a child with him, right? And I feel like a lot of times in our lives and in society, we kind of just go for what we want. We're not looking at the big picture. We're not looking at the blueprint. We're not seeing that. We're saying, this is what I want right now, and I'm going to go for it. And now we have feelings and children involved. And now we're in a situation where it's like, dang, it's kind of like too late to walk away. We've already put ourselves in this boat. We've put ourselves in this situation. And now you're like, I want to get married. But you seem to have a good man at home. And he just doesn't want to get married. So it's like, I don't want to leave him, but I want these things. And then it's like, in this this generation, this hookup generation, it's almost frightening to try to reshuffle that deck. And now you both are in this position that if you would have just heard each other in the beginning, you would have let this go. Because it doesn't seem like he wants to change his mind. And don't get me wrong, it is okay if you don't want to get married. It's okay if you do want to get married. You have the right to have your own values and belief systems about whatever it is that you want to do. You can love who you want to love, you can be with who you want to be with, but you have to have realistic goals and expectations. If you are in love with somebody who is telling you this isn't going to work out the way you want it to work out, you need to believe that person when they say it. You can't put yourself in a position for the rest of your life to be living on hope and hoping that one day they change their mind or hoping that one day they'll let it go. So it's okay to love who you want to love, but you have to love with intention. You have to have a type of reality and expectations of your partner that they can meet and you can meet without compromising your values. And it sounds like right now you two are compromising your values.
But he
She's
doesn't
mad I
know why
refuse
he
to
doesn't
compromise
believe.
my values.
Like, it's no reason. He doesn't have a reason.
Well, according
Why?
to him, it was the contractual, he doesn't want to go through the government
Because
contract
he thinks
and
I
stuff.
want a part, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. I'm willing to compromise. I feel like we
Are you
can
willing to walk
meet
away
somewhere.
if he does not want to get married?
That's the tricky part. Like, I love him, so.
But that's
no,
the
I don't
only
want to
part.
walk away, but is that a deal
Wait,
breaker?
here's the question. That's what I'm asking you. Are you willing to walk away if he doesn't want to get married?
What you think, Doc?
I want to know what she's going to say.
I ask myself that.
Because if
every day.
the answer is anything other than yes, he's never going to marry.
It's no point.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about her situation. You have to be willing to let go. If this is your dream, your vision, and your life, you have to be willing to let go. Or you have to be willing to say, you know what? I'm okay with you not doing it. But if you decide to stay, he's never going to change. Because you're saying, like he keeps saying, you're giving him what he wants. He's getting everything that he wants, right? He's got the kid. He's got the relationship. He wakes up to you every morning. He takes you places. You all are in love. It doesn't sound like that's the problem, right? So if you say, no, I'm not going to walk away, you ain't never going to get married. But if you say that this is something that I don't believe in, it may never change his mind, but it may lead you to where you want to be. But that's a decision that's totally up to you. And you, are you willing to lose or over this?
I don't want to.
Okay, but what we're battling now is not emotion, we're battling principle. And nobody seems to be willing to shake their principle on it, their thoughts on this. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing this. This don't work if somebody don't do something. This don't work if you do it and not be happy that you did it. But what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? If you're not either one of you willing to give up or sacrifice anything, there's no repair here.
I don't feel like it's that. I feel like he doesn't express
Do you-
enough why
It doesn't matter.
he doesn't
Why-
want to get married.
Why do you need to know why?
Because I don't think he knows why.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he knows why he doesn't know why, when he didn't know why, where he was when he figured out he didn't know why. He don't want to.
And so,
So it's not on him. See, here's the thing. You're holding on to hope. You're holding on to a false reality and a false pretense. You think that if you figure out the why, you can change his mind. If you at least tell me why, I can fix this, baby. If you at least tell me why, I can make this better. I can become whatever that thing is that you're alluding to that you're not telling me. I can change this. So if you tell me why, I know how to fix it. What I'm telling you is it doesn't matter why. See, what the problem is, he's giving you a directive. He said, I don't want to do something. You said, okay, I'm going to roll with you anyway. So he's expecting you to roll with him anyway, the whole way through. He's expecting you to be there the whole way through. And if you say, well, I'm not going to leave him, cool. So find a way to stay with him and be happy. He ain't going to get married. He said it. He still doesn't want to do it. He may surprise you one day, so you know, baby, I'm ready. But in the meantime, if you're going to stay, you can't stay and keep pushing this issue that is a dead issue. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a dead issue. He don't want to do it. Right? So the matter is, are you willing to stay and stay with your man who you have a child with, a beautiful child with, right? Of 5 years. How old is your child? 3? 3 years old. Separate the family because you want to get married and he doesn't? If the answer is yes, fine. If you're ready to go, fine. But you have to make the decision and live with the consequences of that. But if you stay with him, you gotta let the marriage thing go. But if you leave, you gotta let the man go. Is it worth it? I can't tell you if that's worth it to you. This is not one of the episodes where I have the black and white. I can tell you to go to counseling, therapy, whatever. Right now you are battling morals.
I think we need counseling on a whole nother
I
show.
believe you do.
Because we've been doing this for over 5 years now.
Right.
You know, 2 years, she started making me wear condoms again. When I'm telling her I don't want to have my baby. And now she's the one, like, taking everything away, and now she want to get married too. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, if we could talk about that or talk about more, I can see it going there, but...
So now, to avoid having a child with him, you're making him wear protection to avoid that because you feel like if you're not going to marry me, I'm not going to give you any more kids.
to an extent, and also it's like, why don't you want to marry? Is it because you want your freedom? I don't know, like, you know, where your head is.
So it's like you out here in these streets.
Like,
So
I
you
don't know,
saying
like, is
us
that
getting
what's-
married is putting a chain on me? You think I can't leave you if we get married?
No, it's not that at all. You can absolutely leave.
I don't want to, but you
Anytime.
saying here, like, the stuff that you're saying don't make me feel like I'm even considered love because, oh, you can leave at any time. Oh, you do that, I don't want to have no kids with you. Like, where do I feel loved at?
You don't feel love?
No, every time I talk about what I want in this relationship, you throw in the marriage thing, and I feel like at this point, that's just a trump card to start an argument.
But if I didn't love you, why would I want to marry you?
You just said, so I won't go nowhere.
No, that's not what I said.
I don't know.
See what I mean?
Listen.
Like, I'll say one thing and then it's taken
So I
completely different than
That's what you said.
My-
so
intentions
so
of-
back to, and I'm glad you all are at least communicating. You're not breaking through, but you're communicating. I know people who won't even communicate the issue. But outside of these feelings, you feel like, okay, well now I gotta wear a condom and all of that stuff. Outside of that, the reality is, I don't wanna get married. I'm not gonna get married. I wanna get married. If he doesn't wanna get married and you wanna get married, the only person who has, and you're the one willing to walk away. You're the one who may not stay. He's not saying you want to go anywhere. You're saying, if you don't do this, I kind of want to go somewhere. You either stay and chill, or you leave and find something else. It doesn't matter all the rest of the stuff. It doesn't matter the rest of the things that you're alluding to. You're punishing him now. Now you gotta wear a condom, now you gotta do this. Okay, cool. So we're gonna be together and wear a condom because you're not gonna get me pregnant again if you're not gonna marry me. No. If he's not gonna marry you and you don't wanna be with a man that's not gonna marry you, leave him. Don't punish him. Don't make him feel like he's worthless in the relationship. You say you love him and then you treat him like, well, if you're not gonna do what I want, you're using sex as a weapon. You know?
Well, I'm not withholding.
Yeah, but you're being funny. You're being a little petty. That's okay. I would be petty too. But I'm saying that's what you're in this situation for. You being petty is not gonna make him do anything. The only person you can change his life is yours. So if you don't want to be with him, don't be with him. Because he's not gonna marry you. Because he said he's not gonna marry you. Why don't you believe him? We're going to stop it right there. We're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break. And in that time, please go ahead and like and share and subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as TikTok, because we have so many dynamic things going on. And if you have an opinion that may be different than mine about this scenario, go ahead and comment about it. What would you do if you were in a situation with a man who didn't want to marry you, but you already have children with him? How would you act? How would you move? Would you leave? Would you stay? Would you go? We want to know. Comment below.
Roxanne.
Welcome to the Dr. Rock Show. We are looking for people to come and be on our show. Do you have any experiences that you want to share? Something that can help or benefit someone else? Or something you just want to get off your chest and come and talk to Dr. Rocks about? We want to hear from you. So please contact us at the link below if you're interested in being a part of this dynamic experience. Welcome back to the Dr. Rock Show. We are here to conclude our situation with Jason and Mariah, and we did our best to give them some advice, but I have just a couple more things that I want to say to them. At the end of the day, make sure that when you choose your partner, you choose your partner with a reality, okay? It's okay to love. We love a lot of people. It's okay to cherish. It's okay to appreciate. It's okay to fall for other people, right? But it's also okay to say, hey, you know what? I love you. But where we're going in life are two separate directions. So I'm gonna love you from over here because what I want, you're not gonna be able to provide. And at the end of the day, that would have put you in a position to not have so much turmoil and so much feeling of loss and like neglect, because you wouldn't have ever put yourself in this position in the beginning. A lot of times we lead with our hearts and then we wait for our head to catch up. But your heart is like doing 90 and your head is like doing 45. And then your heart finally stops because it's all broken and you gotta wait for your mind to catch up to it, right? Right? And right now what's happening is your mind is catching up because your heart is like slowing down, but your mind is catching up. And now you're trying to use sex as a weapon, as a punishment, because you're like, well, if you're not gonna do what I want, now you're thinking like, well, if you don't do what I want, you know, this is what's gonna happen. But all of that is happening just because you still hope that the punishment and the making him wear condoms and stuff like that will force him to do what you want to do. So you're thinking of all these tactics, and that's not meeting him with love. Because if you love someone, you meet him with love. There's no if there's no understanding, then you make different decisions, but you do not start punishing your partner. Does that make sense? But it's all on you. He clear. His body language says, I'm clear. You know? And it doesn't say, and I'm not mad because he didn't lead you on, he didn't lie to you, he didn't neglect you. You decided to be here. Right? And now it's not going your way. And you can decide to stay and continue to have the progressive relationship that you're having. I'm not saying it's going to be fruitful, but what in life is guaranteed? Or you can decide to go and say, you know what? I don't give a dang. This is not what I want to do. I know it's been 5 years. But if we're not getting married, that's it for me. But that's on you. But if you do stay, you do need to go ahead and seek some counseling. And I'll have some resources for you because you two need to work this out. That's if you're going to stay. But you definitely need to work it out with a family therapist, because if you leave, that child is going to have a whole different life. Things are going to change. You know, the stability that she felt is going to be gone. Now, I'm not saying that's a reason to stay. Don't stay with somebody for them children, because at the end of the day, you got to do what makes you happy and what feels right, because you're going to stay for the children, and children are going to be miserable anyway. But there's something you all can do to work this out. And I'm not the person to tell you what to do and how to do it, because I don't have life figured out myself. But I do know that there is reality versus fantasy, and you started this on a fantasy and your reality has caught up, and now you got some decisions to make. All right? Thank you for coming on the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks
Give it
for
up for
having us.
Jason and Mariah. We leaving together? Y'all leaving as a pair? Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Jason, it is always a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yes.
Roxanne.
Thank you for joining us on the Dr. Rock Show. We had so much fun with Jason and Mariah, helping them through their complicated scenario, because we have all been through life experiences and situations that were complicated. If you have any comments or feedback for Jason and Mariah, please comment them below. As I already stated, put yourself in a position to date with a purpose, date someone's reality, don't date the fantasy of them. If there are morals that you both have that are different, that are not compromisable, you have to go ahead and walk away before you catch feelings, because you'll find yourself in a lot of turmoil down the road. But I want you all to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, because without you, we don't grow. Thank you again for partnering with the Dr. Rock Show. Love Dr. Rocks.
Roxanne. Roxanne.
It's a show.
Roxanne. Roxanne, Roxanne, Roxanne.
Welcome to the show.
Roxanne.
With who?
Roxanne.
With who?
Roxanne. Roxanne, Roxanne, Roxanne.